Good morning, children, and welcome once again to our online classes. And today we are going to continue with our chapter Adjectives. Just as a recap, let's understand the definition of an adjective which we have learnt in our previous video. So we have defined adjectives as the words which are used to define, identify or add quality to a noun or pronoun they appear with. And we have also learnt the examples like she's a kind lady and the lake is beautiful. Sundarbans is the largest mangrove forest. He lives in a large house. I am lucky. So we have learnt here that an adjective defines, identifies or adds quality to a noun. Okay, and here lady, lake, mangrove forest, house and lucky are house and I are nouns, and kind, beautiful, largest, large and lucky are the adjectives which have been used to describe the nouns. What else did we learn in our previous video? We have learnt about the different types of adjectives. We have learnt in detail about the proper adjectives, the descriptive adjectives. We have learnt about the quantitative adjectives, the numeral adjectives and the demonstrative adjectives. Now in this video, we are going to learn about the distributive adjectives, the interrogative adjectives and the possessive adjectives. Is it clear, children? So let's start. What are distributive adjectives? What's the definition of a distributive adjective? Distributive adjectives are words that are used to so we learn that they are used to refer to members of a group as individuals. So these distributive adjectives are words used to refer to members of a group as individuals. Means though there are a group of members, but we refer to them as individual members in that group. So we use the distributive adjectives to refer to them as individual members. When we look at the examples, it might be clear. So what are the examples of the distributive adjectives? Let's take the example of each and every. Okay, so each is used when we think of things separately, one by one. For example, if I talk about each picture on the wall looks good. So, though there are a group of pictures, but I am talking about each picture separately, individually, one by one. So, therefore, we use each when you talk about things separately and one by one. Now, what about every? Every is used to refer to more than two persons or things considered. So, you are talking about a group of things. Okay, and even in that group you refer to each line. Okay, therefore every line in this poem starts with a capital letter. Though you are talking about each line individually, but you are referring to all the lines together. Okay, so you are referring to more than two things. Okay, you are referring to all the lines in the poem together, mentioning that look at each line of the poem. Therefore, every line in this poem starts with a capital letter. So, every talks about all the lines in the poem that they begin with capital letter, where we look at each and every line. Now, what about the interrogative adjectives? The definition of the interrogative adjective says that interrogative adjectives are words that are used to modify nouns. They are used to modify the nouns by asking questions. So, you are modifying the nouns by actually asking the questions. Okay. So, these are also used as adjectives, interrogative words which are used as adjectives to talk something more about the noun. Let's look at some examples here. Question words like which, whose, how much, how many. These are the examples of interrogative adjectives. In this example, which animal can run the fastest? So, the interrogative adjective which modifies the noun animal. Okay, whose bike is that? So the interrogative adjective whose modifies the noun bike. So this is how the interrogative adjectives are used before the nouns. So what is the difference between interrogative pronouns, interrogative adjectives, demonstrative pronouns, demonstrative adjectives? It makes us very clear that when you are modifying the noun, that means generally these adjectives come just before the interrogative adjectives and demonstrative adjectives, they come just before the noun that is being modified. So now let's understand about the possessive adjectives. What is the definition of a possessive adjective? Possessive adjectives are words that sit before nouns to show ownership. Means they talk about ownership, that you are owning something. They talk about the ownership. Let's understand this with some examples. Example of possessive adjectives. My, your, our, his, her, its, their, etc. These are the possessive adjectives. Okay. My poster won the first prize. So, poster belongs to whom? To me. So, my poster. So, it talks about the possession. Okay, that to whom it belongs to. Your sister was looking for you. Whose sister? Your sister was looking for you. So these possessive adjectives are used to modify the nouns to show their possession, belongingness. Now, previously we have understood the different kinds of adjectives. Now, all these adjectives, the 8 kinds of adjectives that you have learned, these can be divided into 2 kinds, basic 2 kinds, based on their position, where they are positioned in the sentence. So, depending upon the position, you divide them into attributive adjectives and predicative adjectives. So, what are attributive adjectives? Adjectives that can be placed before the nouns, just before the nouns, are called as attributive adjectives. Then what are predicative adjectives? Adjectives that come after a verb which is a part of the predicate, means they come after a verb in the predicate part of the sentence. So then they are called as predicative adjectives. If we look at the examples, it makes us very clear. Her elder brother is in college. Now, brother is the noun and elder is the adjective. So, it comes just before, the adjective elder comes just before the noun brother, therefore it is an attributive adjective. Okay. Now, let us talk about a predicative adjective. My brother is extremely lucky. So, this brother is the noun and lucky is the adjective, where lucky comes after the verb is in the predicate part. Lucky does not, if you write it as my lucky brother, then it is an attributive adjective, because lucky comes just before brother. But here, as it has come after the verb is in the predicate part, therefore it is called as the predicative adjective. So based on the position, whether they come just before, they are placed just before the nouns, or whether the adjectives are placed after the verb in the predicate part of the sentence, you can divide them into attributive and predicative adjectives. Now, all these adjectives and adverbs also, as we have learnt in our previous classes, can be divided into 3 degrees. 3 degrees of comparison, means you can compare them and you can divide them into 3 degrees of comparison. That is, these different forms of adjectives can be used to denote their different degrees of meaning. Okay, and we have the 3 degrees of comparison. If you can see here, there are different degrees of the height of these dogs. Okay, you can divide the degrees into positive degree, comparative degree and superlative degree. So when you talk about the adjective in its root form, then it is a positive degree, where there is no where there is equal comparison. When 2 things are of equal degree, then they are in the positive degree of comparison. When one is greater than the other, then it is a comparative degree, and when one stands the best among all the others, then it is the superlative degree. So this is how you have to understand the structure of a sentence which is in positive degree and in superlative degree and in comparative degree, because this structure would further help us in transforming the sentences from one degree to the other degree when you know their structure. Clear, children? Okay, means when you understand the structure of a positive degree, a sentence in the positive degree of comparison, if it has to be converted into a comparative degree, you should know the structure of the comparative degree without changing its meaning. Therefore, structure of these degrees of comparison is important. So, positive degree is used when the items being used are of equal quality, as I told you. Okay, so for example, my father's chocolate cake is as big as any other chocolate cake. So there is equal comparison of your father's cake with the other cakes. This that means my father's chocolate cake is equal to other chocolate cakes, and the structure of this sentence is as plus the positive, the root form of the adjective, positive form of the adjective plus as. If you have seen in this, here in this example, is as big as. Here as big is the positive form as. This is how you have to understand. Okay. If you see this, my father's chocolate cake is equal to all the other chocolate cakes. This is how you need to understand. So all the chocolate cakes are of equal size. Next, the structure of comparative degree. Okay, we use this comparative degree when the quality of the items compared is not of equal degree. One is less than the other or one is more than the other. Okay. My father's chocolate cake is bigger than any other chocolate cake. So the chocolate cakes which he has seen, his father's chocolate cake is bigger than the other chocolate cakes. So here my father's chocolate cake shows the greater sign than other chocolate cakes. So what is the structure of this comparative degree? The adjective in the comparative degree, that is plus you have to add then. If you see here, it might be clear, bigger is the comparative degree of the adjective big, bigger, biggest, is it not? So bigger is the comparative degree plus than. So this is the structure. So if you see this picture, it tells that your father's chocolate cake is greater than any other chocolate cake that he has seen. So the comparison is between two quantities in a comparative degree. So now let's talk about the superlative degree. The superlative degree is used to denote the highest degree of quality. Okay, superlative, highest degree. My father's chocolate cake is the biggest chocolate cake I have ever seen. So he has seen many chocolate cakes, out of which his father's chocolate cake stands the biggest. Okay, so the comparison is with a large number. Okay, so you can see here the comparison is here with a large, your father's chocolate cake with large number of chocolate cakes. Okay, so my father's chocolate cake is compared with all other chocolate cakes I have seen. So what is the structure? Structure is the plus superlative degree. Okay, so if you see here clearly, this is the plus superlative degree. So here the and biggest is the superlative degree. This is what I have told you. The plus superlative degree, that is the structure. Okay, so always the superlative degree is preceded by the article the. This we need to remember. So with this we have understood the different kinds of adjectives and how adjectives are also divided into two types. All the different kinds, 8 kinds of adjective, how they are divided into two types based on their position, that is attributive and predicative adjective. And in this video we have also learnt about the degrees of comparison of the different adjectives, that is positive, comparative and superlative degree, and what is their structure in the sentences. Hope you have understood this content very clearly. Now based on this understanding, complete the exercises given in your textbook. Thank you children and have a good time.